How we doing, fellas, man? We back. You know, Pacers, Knicks. That game's like in uh 2 hours. So here we are. They dropped the trailer. Honestly, didn't expect it to drop today. Um Honestly, I didn't even know the game was dropping. I seen that it's dropping in July. July sounds right. Um College football 26. Not gonna lie to you, college football 25. I played that shit for like I played that game until Madden dropped, and then when Madden dropped, I played that, and then when FIFA dropped, I stopped playing both of those games. But this year, I think I'm gonna be more tuned in, especially with college football 26. It's just like because before college football, we had Madden and only Madden, and then I was like I wasn't like I guess I was a sweat in Madden. Um, So to go from Madden, bullshit's gonna be bullshit. It's in both games. That's just how it is. But like, I just seen college football is more arcadey. Like more bullshit's gonna happen, and that's to be expected. It's to favor and like it's supposed to be like college football. College football, people can score fucking 70, 80 points. Like it probably happens like once a week in college football. Anywhere from 50 to 70 points. Not so much for the NFL, so I guess I understand why it was like that. But, for this year, I'm locked in with college football 26. I ain't gonna lie. I'll probably gonna just keep playing that. Like low key, it's fuck Madden this year. Like the only time I would probably be on Madden is to like play a friend, play against a friend, and that's it, bro. I'm not touching no ultimate team. No other bullshit. Like just maybe a couple playing head-to-head games. Use my Panthers and to use the new players and rookies and all that. But it's basically just a roster update at this point. It's been like that for a couple of years, and I'm finally just saying no. I'm good. And I'm just not gonna play Ultimate Team. That's for sure. For college football 26, though, I'm not sure on Ultimate Team. Maybe I'll play it. Probably won't. Just play people head to head. I feel like that's just the better mode. Ultimate Teams, not at the start, but eventually it's just gonna become, ability. Whoever has the most abilities, whoever paid the most to win. And I'm just not fucking with that. So let's react to the trailer. I think this is Eric Rayweather. He drops Madden videos. If you need help with some offense and defense, you can watch him too. He's helped me a couple times. Hey, college football 26. I'm excited, man. Definitely got to react to some games. I tried to react to games, but the shit got copyrighted. All right, let's see what happened.
Reveal day. We got the trailer and we got a vlog on the
He goes more in depth because like the trailer's only like 2 minutes, but he goes more in depth and he reads like the patch, not patch notes, but like the game notes, I guess.
EA Sports website. This video is sponsored by EA. They did
and
help
he
me
is
get some of
sponsored
this info a little early so that I can get this info ready for you guys.
He has
and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn the bell icon on because we're going to be getting tons of info, every few days now because we're getting close to the game. We're going to get deep dives
every few days. Maybe we should react.
Road to Glory, presentation, all of those things, and you don't want to miss them. Trying to get to 650K subs before the release of this game. So if everybody watching just subscribed, we could hit that number today. Now, I can't play the trailer all the way
what's the mode called? Dynasty?
So we're just going to kind of
Would a Dynasty be fired?
I was running into some copyright issues for some reason. Sometimes it just happens
I feel
on
like
YouTube. But pretty high
play Dynasty and play Road to Playoffs.
So
I feel like that's only valid. Don't touch Ultimate Team.
Last year for whatever reason.
Pay to win
and
mode.
That was kind of the centerpiece
ability,
of the trailer this year. So for Virginia Tech fans, you're going to have that.
Not really fucking with that.
We're seeing some different mascots, some different stuff in the intros. So in the reveal trailer, I mean, there's only so much we're going to see.
Bryce Underwood,
really a gameplay
DJ Lagway, Jeremiah Love.
How the game's going to play, what they've tweaked yet. We're going to learn more about that in the weeks to come when they do a gameplay deep dive. we're only just seeing some cinematic shots. So
I wonder if they're gonna get like face scans, because I ain't gonna lie.
You're gonna see some of the presentation, so we can see that
if you play like Ultimate Team, bro, like
pregame intros for teams, which is great. Keep building.
I remember my Joe Burrow card
lifelike.
that I got for pre-ordering.
Some different things for
looked like a fucking linebacker
last year for their pregame.
I wasn't really messing with
mascots in that trailer as well. That weren't
I
in the
doubt
game
they
last
have
year,
like.
You remember.
Just get like the top dogs, like cover. You telling me your cover athlete can't have a face scan
this year, which is cool.
Like, come on,
we saw a little glimpse of high school, which we knew was going to be in the game already. But I'm just excited to dive.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, they don't give a fuck about the graphics.
See, we saw a little glimpse of high school, which we knew was.
This don't even look like the coach for real. It kind of does, but at the same time, it kind of doesn't. And is that supposed to be Harbaugh?
Going to be in the game already. But I'm just excited to dive into this
Jeremiah
blog. So
Smith.
keep in mind, the reveal day blog is just going to kind of be a brief overview of what's coming to the game. We're going to find out the bullet points, which we're going to go over right now. But in the weeks to come, when they do the gameplay, Dynasty, and Road to Glory deep dive separately, we're going to find out a lot more on those days. We're going to find out all the little stuff that, in my opinion, adds up to make a big deal. Today is more just kind of some of the bigger bullet points that they want to advertise. So we're going to start off here with the true college football gameplay. We're going to see what they're going to let us in on with the gameplay here. It says, our vision of what it means to experience college football continues to be our wide-open, fast-paced gameplay that's anchored by a swath of foundational football features like stunts and twists, custom zones, and improved blocking and coverage logic.
Bro, they couldn't simplify this shit? Okay. Let me break it down for y'all. You know, I did have an A in college English, so let me break this down. All right. So they improve shit. You know, they say that every year, but it's the same. If you played Madden, you know. I'm guessing they improve zone reactions, improve blocking. That's one thing, bro. Like, I feel like I get sacked every 2 seconds in this playing that game. Dynamic substitutions. I don't know if that was a thing last year. Because wear and tear is fucking broken. Like, you get sacked one time, you lose 10 speed. It's ridiculous. So I guess you sub in D linemen, sub in tight ends and stuff like that, I guess. They've added archetypes to, you know, I guess represent shit. I don't know what the archetype shit is. Like, we probably won't either. It's probably gonna be the same shit. Speed rusher, like linebacker, like speed rusher, run stopper. It's just like they're just gonna add more names. It's probably gonna be the same shit. Not to 2,700 new plays, schemes, Rice's modern option, and Penn State's gadget heavy. Okay, that's cool. Is every team gonna have its own playbook? Cause like, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to like defense, there's only like 6 playbooks, right? Like, now we got to fix that. I understand there's a lot of college teams, but 6 playbooks, not it, bro. Offense, well, it was the same for offense, right? Like the running gun, what was it, veer and shoot, pistol, like it was like the same, like 10 playbooks. Like, I think they're addressing that problem right here, so that's fire. 10,000 new players. I mean, you're gonna do that shit every year. You don't gotta quote it. Real world coaches, true to lifes. Schemes, okay. So it looks like we got some more schemes. And a gameplay deep dive, definitely got to react to that.
Utilize dynamic substitutions.
This is just cinematics and shit.
Management on the field with additional upgrades coming to the wear and tear system. We've overhauled archetypes to encompass the unique skill sets that you see on Saturday. With over 2,700 new plays and unique schemes like Rice's modern option and Penn State's gadget heavy, 10,000 players and 300 real world coaches, With true-to-life schemes, this is our most authentic college football experience yet. Stay tuned for our gameplay deep dive to learn. That's quite a lot, especially when you think of how much was in the game last year. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of new players because different rosters this year, but over 300 real-world coaches, which to me sounds like there's even assistant coaches and stuff, or maybe
besides Ohio State, what's the best college football team?
Old coaches, like let's say Nick
Texas
Saban could be in the game and you can bring them out of retirement. I don't know if that's the case, but that sounds pretty cool. But they also mentioned stunts and twists, which have not been in Madden for a very long time, and it's something people have asked for. So if they're putting stunts and twists in this game, that means likely it's going to be in Madden as well. But they're actually bringing real pass rush schemes back, which is awesome. Custom zones, I can't wait to see what that is. That sounds crazy. Obviously, improved blocking and coverage. That was two of the bigger.
I've heard custom zones.
Coverage and
I've heard improved zones.
Great.
I've heard that for a minute.
Like they've done upgrades there. We'll have to see when they put the deep dive out, and also more upgrades to wear and tear. So that sounds pretty cool. Now, they also do go on to mention a little more about the coaches, saying you can suit up for Dan Lanning, you can compete against Kirby Smart, recruit as or against James Franklin, go toe-to-toe with current coaches who bring distinctive play styles to the field, strategize like they would with their unique playbooks for a more authentic coaching experience. So it's good to see that.
Okay. You couldn't have even added this shit, bro. If you an AI player, I guess. But I promise you, the AI is not going to be calling plays like they do. The AI is going to call the same 6-8 plays.
Obviously, we saw coaches in the trailer. I don't know if they're using exact face scans. I wouldn't say they look one-to-one like the real coaches, but I think they look pretty close. So, I mean, that works for me personally, but I wouldn't say they're exactly face scans, but I could be wrong.
It's not terrible.
Now, they mentioned with wear and tear here on the website, they say the advanced wear and tear system delivers more realism and is now fully customizable to fit your play style. You can manage fatigue strategically and save your favorite playmakers for key moments with dynamic substitutions that allow you to rotate players in and out on the fly. No pause screen needed. So that sounds really good right there.
That's
they also mentioned a foundational football
if a receiver gets tired, the wear and tear,
foundational football
losing
gameplay
speed,
starts with improved coverage to give you confidence in shutting down your opponent.
Same with like a linebacker or like a D end.
Stick skills between the tackles. Feel the
safety,
changes to our upgraded physics-based tackling system.
And then I guess they get back to healthy, right?
To the hit stick, experience greater control.
It happens, some people gotta take
different stunts and twists to optimize
breaks on drives like a linebacker.
Feature to really dial in your coverage at the line of scrimmage, and several new abilities that we can't wait to talk about in our gameplay deep dive. So what this sounds like right here, it sounds like they have added the boom tech from Madden because that was not in college last year. So when they're talking about physics-based tackling and new enhancements to the hit stick, I'm like 90% sure that that's what this means. They're just now bringing the boom tech that was in Madden over to college, and it might work better in college because the movement is so much more fast and fluid. So we'll get to see what that's about. And again, they mentioned the stunts and the custom zones here as well, so that sounds really good. They also mentioned Home Field Advantage 2.0, experience enhanced stadium pulse effects.
Bro, that shit was terrible, bro. Stadium pulse was the worst thing I've ever went against.
Heads-up display visuals, a clock distortion that simulates the high pressure of playing as a visitor in a hostile territory.
Hell nah.
The college football playoff, the other high-stakes matchups are now even more affected by Stadium Pulse. When you're on the road, use your confidence and composure to help
Stadium Pulse was
the
ass, bro.
So,
I don't care.
It sounds like they're making Home Field Advantage even crazier, which I'm not going to lie, at times, Home Field Advantage is annoying, and I don't like it very much. Sometimes, especially terrible in like online play, but I mean, it's part of college football. It's a part of what this game series was known for, so they're going to keep doing stuff with it. It just is what it is. Moving on here to presentation, it says more like Saturday. So the first thing they touch on here is next level game day. Feel the stadium shake as you discover more of your school's
the worst thing was the hot routes, bro. You telling me I need 30 seconds to do one hot route? I don't care whose stadium I am.
New mascots.
I'm getting the fucking hot route off.
And then it also says, we know how much you love the drum lines from the menu last year. We're going to change it up for College Football 26. We're bringing new marching band covers of popular songs to our menus for players to enjoy, as well as 15 fight songs.
That shit's getting muted the first time I loaded up.
There's going to be a presentation deep dive later this year as well, where they're going to go more in depth. But, I mean, we know they added new commentary. We saw Chris Fowler talking about it, but obviously adding more mascots, more pregame stuff. We saw some of that in the trailer. More fight songs, band songs. That's all good stuff. Now,
I mean, it's cool, but no one's going to fucking notice.
Experience dynamic commentary tailored by Kirk Herbstreit, Chris Fowler, Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, Desmond Howard, and Reese Davis as you make history on
Desmond
the field.
Howard.
Battling back after a tough loss, back-to-back 400-yard performances, their expertise and insight adapt to your team's progress in Dynasty and your players' rise and road to glory. So sounds like the commentary might be
that's kind of fire for Dynasty and road to glory players. That is kind of fire.
What's going on, which is great because then it's more custom tailored to what you're experiencing as you play. I'm sure it's one of those things that won't be perfect, but you know, it's good that they're trying.
But no, that low-key is fire.
Good addition. And this is a big one here. It says, show off your championship. We heard your feedback, and thanks to you, Trophy Room is back. Now is your chance to show off to your friends and rivals how successful you really are. There will be multiple ways for you to earn different kinds of trophies. You can coach and manage your program in a dynasty, focus on your journey as a college football legend and road to glory, dominate online in the road to the college football playoffs, compete in classic rivalry games and play now. So, I mean, you can even show off your trophy rooms for online games, which I think is actually a really cool addition there. And a lot of people wanted this back, so glad that they were able to put it in for this game and didn't really make us wait too long for it. Moving on to Dynasty now, I'm going to tell you right now, they're not going to probably touch on a whole lot.
You can see who the hell a Sweat is.
You know, Dynasty Deep Dive is when they're going to go really deep into recruiting and stuff. Last year, I mean, the Dynasty blog was like 80 pages or something like that. So we're going to get a lot on Dynasty soon. But some of the tidbits here, it says that how you create your dynasty will now be more important than ever if you want to cement your legacy as one of the best coaches. You can assemble an elite staff, upgrade your coaching abilities, and then lay it all out on the field.
It's all the same.
Kind of same as last year there. We know that. It says personnel management has never been more important. With new location-based visits having the potential to give your program an advantage in recruiting.
All right, a more in-depth scouting system. I'm sure people are going to love that.
Breakers and traits while trying to retain your favorite playmakers.
That could be fun for Dynasty people.
This was a leak we heard about months ago that this could be coming to the game. So now deal breakers and traits can change more often. They can be dynamic, which I think that's pretty cool. It's going to make recruiting, you know, a little bit more difficult, which is nice. This is a big one. Crossplay is here. College Ball 26 Online Dynasty now supports crossplay across Xbox Series X/S and PlayStation 5. You'll now be able to run a 32-person online dynasty with friends regardless of platform. So it looks like it is still only 32 teams for an online dynasty.
Okay, no PC, because I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, like, you can't play no sports game on a PC. It's just, they not fucking with you. EA, 2K, they don't fuck with you, bro. Them shit's not happening. But that's cool. I never thought about buying college football on my computer, on my PC. Same with 2K and shit like that. You know, it's nice to have extra frames and shit, but no one plays that shit on PC. You know, affordability and shit. I thought college football 25 was crossplay. I ain't gonna lie to you. Or it wasn't crossplay in Dynasty? Cause I could have swore I played the Xbox guy. Or like the logo was different. I'm pretty sure. I'm guessing this was a Dynasty thing.
Dynasty though, which I know some people wanted to see that bump to like 60 or something like that, but looks like we're still at 32 there.
And then
it says one last thing before we see
Dynasty.
you at the Dynasty Deep Dive. It says we're happy to announce
I did my
that
fair share of
formation
franchises in
and
Madden.
a protected opponent setting are coming, so that's good. We know formation subs was another
60
big
people in an online Dynasty.
Yeah,
that shit's gonna shut down, bro. That shit's gonna glitch.
Like I said, they're not gonna touch on Dynasty a whole lot here. They're gonna wait for the deep dive to really go deep into it. No pun intended, but we got a few good tidbits there that's good to hear. Moving on to Road to Glory. This is going to be a big focus this year, I think. That's what it sounds like. It says it's time to begin your ultimate student-athlete journey as part of the recruiting class of 2025. Choose from 10 new archetypes and rise from high school recruit to Heisman glory with every decision.
All right, so we can play high school games now. I know that was a big problem last year. I know in the old colleges you could have played high school and then, you know, make yourself a 3 or 4 or 5 star. But in college, you just picked which one you wanted, easy way out, or it's from the trenches. 10 new archetypes. Is that per build? Like quarterback, running back, and all that? Okay, so you can play in high school now. Scholarships. New abilities, okay. Coach stress, team chemistry, that's the same shit. But it's nice to be recruited now.
Shaping how your career will look. Build your highlight tape
last
to earn
year
an
you
offer
just
for your
picked
dream school and make that
who you
decision
wanted to
in
go
the
to.
famous hat ceremony. rise in class rankings,
what people
and secure
do,
scholarships before other recruits, along with the new tier of abilities
now
available
you kind
to
of
reach for your
pick
athlete,
from a pool. Like
coach
you're gonna want to
trust,
pick a team
build
that
team
you got a
chemistry, and
scholarship
navigate
from,
the competitive recruiting
and shit
process.
like that. So,
commit early if you found the perfect fit for you, or decommit if a better opportunity comes your way. So that's cool. You can commit and then decommit.
That's cool.
So they're making it, you know, pretty realistic there. And then it says your journey to become a superstar in Madden 26 is yours to define, because as soon as you're ready, your Road to Glory student athlete can begin their journey to Madden 26 superstar mode. And then the last few things they touch on here is college
Madden.
Ultimate Team, which they don't really say much here. It's going to pretty much be the same as always. Like, they're going to obviously have new programs and stuff, but Ultimate Team is Ultimate Team. You know, you build your dream roster with the legends from the past and current college
Ultimate
stars
Team.
playing head-to-head. You know, we'll find out more about that later, but Ultimate Team, you know, it kind of is what it is. There's always new little tweaks to it.
They play a whole,
you know, the
whole year
mode
of fucking college football 25. I ain't see a Bryce Young card not one time. Fuck Ultimate Team. You never gonna see me load that shit up until they drop Bryce Young.
Fill your personal trophy room with gold and capture the national championship. Bring glory to your school. So obviously you did that last year, but now I think you can show off. So if you're a guy in this mode that is winning, you know, 100 national championships and 100, you know, playoff games and all that stuff throughout the year, you know, the game's out, you know, somebody can look at your trophy room and just see how good you were. So I do think that's a nice addition. And then they do briefly mention Team Builder. They say, don't worry, College Ball 25 fans, you'll be able to import your custom teams from last year seamlessly, ensuring your favorite created teams can be brought over. With new features in Team Builder, you can refine your team's details and explore enhanced roster editing options, allowing for greater control over your identity and legacy. Stay tuned for the...
All right, so this is like the custom teams and stuff, so I never did that. So, you know, people that did, I guess that's cool. All right, that's really, I ain't gonna lie, no disrespect. That's for the old heads.
And how to elevate your gaming experience.
That's for the unks.
Remember, don't forget to subscribe because this next month is going to be jam-packed with info, and you're not going to want to miss out on any of it.
I really don't do that personally.
Are we back?
Hey, shout out King of the Fourth Quarter, but we not watching that. All right, man, that was it. Y'all excited for college football 26? I know I am. Maybe. But I really hope it's a good game. You know, it has a very big player pool compared to Madden. So I'm definitely going to, you know, have my fair share of time on that game. And hey, man, can't wait to see what they do when they drop the gameplay, because, you know, all that shit was nice, but I promise you I don't give a fuck until I see some actual gameplay. So hopefully that shit comes soon. Thank y'all for watching. See y'all in like 5 hours. Pacers Knicks game.